Just a quick one. We've changed it. Great English, Jess. We've changed how this convert movement works. So basically, every time we every time we add a force to the tops to change their direction, if it's moving towards something or if it's being pushed away by something, it runs through this piece of code here. Basically, what this does is we're going to feed it from now on. We're going to be feeding it two-dimensional. So basically, it only works top down. It doesn't really care about verticality, and that's because this thing handles the verticality based on where it is in the stadium. So basically, what happens here is this is just a Reyes drawing. This is also just a Reyes drawing. We can ignore them for now. But basically, I say basically a lot, and I notice that when I'm talking to you guys. This angle basically comes from basically there it is again, up and down. So directly up in the world space, and then this is the direction the floor faces. So what part of the floor you're actually stood on at the moment. So that gets you an angle, and then this gives you sort of the angle that is across. So if you think of if you put your left hand out and you put your thumb up, you point with your index finger and your middle finger, you kind of point across the way. Yeah, so now if you look at that, so in this case, our vector up is the thumb, our floor vector, as acute as of an angle as it is, like if you put your thumb towards your finger, as acute as that angle it is, notice how the middle finger never changes. And so that gives us this cross angle here, which is great. So that basically tells us which sort of which uh, world space to rotate around, which axis in world space to rotate around. And then all we're doing is we're sending back a quaternion based off of um, basically basically there it is again. We are multiplying it by what we've sent in. So whichever way we want to go, we're comparing it. You guys can't see my mouse at the moment, can you? Or maybe you can, but you probably couldn't see where it was. I'm sorry. Here, right. So we're comparing it. So that's what we send in. This is round, which is calculated here, which is world space, and this is how much by. So we send in a flat plane saying we want to go towards the other top. So just right, for example, we want to go just right. And it goes, okay, well, we're stood on a wonky piece of floor, so that is at this angle, by this much, around this angle, and we just go, okay, cool. Change right by this amount, these two amounts, and multiply it by the vector we wanted. And then we just send it back, and that's where we continue to do our thing, which may or may not be interesting to you, but it's interesting to me. Um, this gives us, as you can see, they're going nuts at the moment. A couple of interesting things. They kind of flatten themselves out when they get a bit weird when someone goes out the ring. Why does it always do a weird thing when I'm showing you guys stuff? But yeah, this is the scene. As you can see, we draw up, we draw the direction they want to go, and if they run up on the side, it'll show you, like, you'll see that it varies degrees into the floor because that's the slope it's on. They're now going to just turn around each other and do nothing interesting while I'm trying to explain stuff, which is really nice of them. Ignore Onos. But yeah, this is exciting stuff because he's charging towards, so that was the vector you could see drawn then. Onos, I believe, is something to do when they're off the ground and they make contact, which there's 217 of them. I'm not sure that's accurate at the moment. I mean, obviously it is because it's a computed output, but I think that's every frame, so it will go up in like 3 frames at a time. No, I will have to see what this is attached to, but it's not important. What is important is we're close to releasing a new demo. I'm quite happy with the way this is working at the moment. We go back to game, full screen. Yeah, quite happy with the way this is working at the moment. I think we have to look into how much they're knocked back, because at the moment you get some really good ones. Um, I mean, the player character can really beat them all up, but that doesn't make for a fun game. The player winning all the time. Um, he got hit in such a way then that he came off the ground, which is pretty cool because he sort of flattens out. And if he flattens out and touches the side, he now rolls around the ring, but that's incredibly hard to. Yeah, this is incredibly hard to get a demo to do that for you. These two are close to finishing. I'm just gonna let this one play out, and hopefully, if you like what you see. Like, subscribe. I might, obviously, when I release this demo, I'm gonna need feedback. I'm hoping you guys will give me a lot of feedback. Demo to come maybe later on today. I'm hoping during the week, but then again, I've said this before, and I get sidetracked. I end up rebuilding huge amounts of the game at a time, and see, that looked a bit weird. I might have to increase the amount of time they are quote grounded, and that way they don't flatten out so early. Yeah, that's disappointing because I'm trying to get to a state where they win via um, ring outs rather than spin outs, which is meh. Anyway, thanks and bye. I went to turn it off then, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off over here.